Welcome to the Smart Dating Academy podcast. I'm Bela Gandhi, the founder of Smart Dating Academy and your host. I started Smart Dating Academy in 2009 because I had this crazy knack of giving people dating advice that actually worked, that I took. I've been married for almost 25 years, and now my company helps people to date smarter and to find love. This podcast is meant to bring more love into your life, no matter where you are and what you do. And we're here to bring more life into your love.
Let me start with the question. What if the best relationship of your life hasn't happened yet and you're over 50? Most people think love has a timeline. You meet someone young, you get married, you stay together forever, but life doesn't actually work like that. In fact, some of the healthiest, happiest, most emotionally mature relationships happen in midlife and beyond. And today we're going to talk about why. I'm Bela Gandhi, founder of the Smart Dating Academy. And if you're new here, we help amazing singles find the healthiest, happiest love of their lives with our smart dating system. And today's episode is one that so many of you have been asking for. We're talking about dating during midlife and over 50. And let me start by saying something important right away. Dating in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond is not a consolation prize. In fact, it can actually be better than dating when you're younger. Why? Because you know yourself better, right? You know what matters. You're capable of building a healthy, conscious relationship. But that doesn't mean it's easy. There are real challenges that show up in midlife dating, you guys. Divorce, widowhood, kids, career demands, long dating gaps, online dating overwhelm, fatigue, all of the ugh. And sometimes people start to believe, maybe it's too late for me. Well, let me tell you something very clearly. It's absolutely not too late. At Smart Dating Academy, we've helped people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and even 70s find incredible love. One of my favorite success stories is a client who came to us at 63. She had been widowed for years and felt completely out of the dating loop. Can you relate? Right? So she told me, Bela, I think the ship has sailed for me. Within 8 months after starting with us, she met a wonderful man who was kind, emotionally available, and adored her. Today, they travel together, they spend time with their blended families, and she recently told me something I'll never forget. She said, this relationship is healthier, happier, and easier than my marriage ever was. That is the power of midlife dating when you do it differently. But there's some specific mindset shifts and strategies that make midlife dating much easier and much more successful, okay? And today I'm going to share 5 powerful shifts that can change the way that you, my friend, date in midlife. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to invite you to something super special that we're doing. We haven't done one in 6 months, and it's called a Love Lab. It's a 3-hour workshop, and it's called Dating During Midlife and Over 50, where I'm going to go much deeper into the strategies that actually help people find lasting love at this stage of life. So let's dive in, okay? But before we jump into the first shift, I want to tell you about a conversation that I recently had with someone that really stuck with me. A woman in her mid-50s came to one of our programs, and she said something I hear all the time. She said, Bela, I don't even know if I remember how to date anymore. She had been married for over 20 years, raised 2 kids, built a career, and suddenly she found herself single again. She told me she opened a dating app and she immediately closed it. She's like, oh my God, I feel like everyone else knows how to do this and I'm the only one who doesn't. And I looked at her and I said something that I want you listening to hear. You are not behind. You were simply living your life. You were building a family, maybe building a career, maybe building a marriage or a relationship. And dating today is completely different than it was 10, 20, or 30 years ago. So if you're feeling kind of like you've got some rust on you, you're overwhelmed, or you're just unsure where to begin. Maybe you've had some bad experiences and you've tried it on your own. That is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It just means you need a new playbook. And who was ever taught how to date? Did you guys go to dating school? No. That is why we exist. That is what the smart dating system is. We teach you the system that we all should have learned in high school to find love. Now, so tip shift number 1, stop dating like you're 25, okay? When people re-enter the dating world after a long relationship or marriage, they often try to use the same approach that they used decades ago. But midlife dating, totally different ecosystem, okay? When you're 25, let's face it, the pool is massive, okay? Everybody's single. Most people haven't been married yet. Life is simpler. Life was simpler, but in midlife dating, the pool is different. Don't crash your car if you're listening to this. Many people have been married. Many have kids. Some are divorced. Some are widowed. So instead of asking, is this person perfect? The smarter question is this person high GPQ, high in good partner qualities, a healthy partner for the life I want now? And that shift changes everything, because now you're not chasing perfection. You're looking for alignment, values, emotional health, compatibility, no red flags, and those things matter much more than surface level traits, okay? Tip or shift number 2. Understand that the midlife dating pool is, something that surprises a lot of people. It's actually full of incredible people, you guys, but many people come into it with fear. They think everyone good is already taken. Do you feel like that? If you do, that is absolutely not true. At this stage of life, you meet people who might be successful, emotionally involved, self-aware, ready for a real partnership. But here's the catch. Many of those people have also experienced hurt, divorce, loss, long-term breakups. So sometimes they move a little slower. They may be cautious. And that's actually a good sign. It means they're trying to be thoughtful about relationships and slow date. I love the slow burn. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people making in midlife is misinterpreting caution as a lack of interest. But often, you guys, it's just someone who wants to do things in a healthy way. And if you don't know the difference between someone who's that or avoidant, you're in the right place, okay? So tip number 3, don't let your past write your future. This third shift is one of the most important ones. Don't let your past write your future. So many people come into midlife dating carrying a story like maybe it's my divorce broke me. Men always disappoint me. Women always want someone who's tall, dark, and handsome. I'm just unlucky in love. The problem with these self-stories, you guys, is that they become self-fulfilling prophecies. Your brain starts looking for evidence to prove them true. But here's what I tell our clients. Your past relationships were data, not destiny. They are information that can help you make better choices going forward. I once worked with a client who had been through 2 painful divorces, okay? By the time she came to us, she had decided that something was wrong with her picker. I love me some fixin' pickers, right? We're gonna fix your picker. Well, she believed that she was destined to keep choosing the wrong partner. But when we looked at her dating history together, we saw patterns that she had never been taught to recognize that started with family of origin and carried on. Once she understood these patterns, everything shifted. The next man she chose was completely different from the others. He was kind, he was stable, he had all her GPQs, emotionally healthy. They're now married. Yes, she got married for the 3rd time. And she often says the biggest change in her life wasn't luck. It was learning the dating system at Smart Dating and how to choose differently. So if you learn the patterns, the red flags, and the relationship dynamics that didn't work before, you can completely change your dating trajectory. And this is actually one of the biggest transformations that we see with our clients. Once they understand their patterns and understand our system, you guys, and have a one-on-one coach, they stop repeating them, right? Because we're in the arena with you. And suddenly the people that our clients attract and they choose are very different, okay? And if you're a person that's listening to this and you're realizing that maybe there's patterns in your dating life that you've never actually been taught to see, that's exactly the kind of work that we do in our upcoming Love Lab on dating during midlife and over 50. We're going to unpack how to recognize those patterns, how to use online dating the right way, and how to start choosing partners very differently. So if this topic is resonating with you, just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm going to share more details about this Love Lab at the end of the episode. Now, tip number 4, online dating requires strategy, okay? This fourth shift is this. Online dating is not just about being on the apps, ladies and gentlemen. It's about knowing how to use them and having a plan. A lot of people in midlife dating feel overwhelmed by online dating. I get it, okay? Honestly, I totally get it. But the apps weren't around when many of you were last single. But here's the truth. Online dating is simply a tool, okay? And like any tool, it works a heck of a lot better when you know how to use it. Things like how to write a profile that attracts the right people, how to filter quickly for quality, how to avoid time wasters, how to look for red flags, how to move conversation towards real dates, how to use video to avoid bad dates. These are all skills, and when you have the right strategy, the apps become much less frustrating and much more effective. One of our male clients in his late 50s told me something that totally cracked me up, you guys. He said, Bella, online dating feels like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without instructions. I mean, come on, who hasn't done that? And honestly, that's how it feels for a lot of people. I say it feels like human eBay, right? But once we help this gentleman rewrite his profile, get his pictures totally out of the park, and adjust how he was messaging and who he was messaging, things changed almost immediately. Within 2 weeks, he was starting to have multiple quality dates, and within 4 months, he met the woman with our help that he's now in a serious relationship with. Same apps, same person, way better smart dating strategy. And tip number 5, okay, hold your hats for this one. Chemistry is not the whole story. The fifth shift, this tip, you guys, might be the most important and sometimes the most surprising. Chemistry is not the whole story. In midlife dating especially, people often rely heavily on instant chemistry. But here's the challenge. Sometimes what we call chemistry is really familiarity, and familiarity can lead us right back to the same relationship patterns that we've had before. The healthiest relationships often start with something different. Curiosity, comfort, elevator people, respect, shared values, okay? Real compatibility. And then the chemistry grows on top of that foundation. Some of the happiest couples and the happiest singles that we worked with did not feel chemistry or fireworks on date 1, but they felt something better. Maybe potential. Now, here's the truth. These 5 shifts are just the beginning. In our coaching work, we go much deeper into things like how to identify healthy partners quickly. We have elevator people, marriage map. We quickly help you avoid the biggest midlife dating traps. We teach you how to date with confidence again, how to build attraction and connection in this stage of life. And that's exactly why I created this special Love Lab on April 2nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Central. We're hosting a live Love Lab called Dating During Midlife and Over 50. And this is a workshop where I'm and Lindsay's my amazing dating coach. We're going to teach you the most common mistakes that people make in midlife dating. We're going to teach you concretely how to navigate online dating successfully, how to have the best photos, how to have the best profiles, how to spot red flags quickly, how to rebuild your confidence after divorce or loss, and how to actually find a partner who is right for this chapter of your life. And you know what the best part is? You're going to be able to ask us an hour of questions live after this, okay? So if you're dating in midlife or thinking of getting back out there or feeling frustrated by the process, I would absolutely love for you to join us. And if you're listening to this episode and you're thinking, I know I want love again, but I don't know how to navigate dating today. That's exactly why we created this Love Lab, because midlife dating, you guys, it doesn't have to be confusing, discouraging, or lonely. When you understand the right mindsets and strategies, it becomes exciting and hopeful again. Okay? You can sign up by going to smartdatingacademy.com and clicking on the online dating or the Love Lab over 50 on April 2nd, again from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to put the link in the show notes as well. And remember this, love does not have an expiration date, and neither do you. Some of the best relationships of people's lives happen in midlife and beyond. You are not behind. Remember, it's never too late. Your love story may simply just be getting started. Okay? And if this episode really kind of stuck out to you or resonated with you, send it to someone in your life who deserves great love too, and have a buddy to do this process with you. Thank you for listening today. And I can't wait to see some of you that are lucky enough to get a spot in the Dating During Midlife and Over 50 Love Lab.